Now we move on to bag 15, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. This is where things start to be a little bit more creative and you make this truck really your own. So bag 15 is this one here. It's a large bag, so we're going to cut this one open now. Contains the under frame, some small parts here, driver helmets, roll cage. Let's put this here for now. And then we've got a bunch of screws and body retention wires. I'm going to try and put these on a white bit so I can see what they are. Step 50, we're going to install the body support pieces onto the chassis itself. These are installed with M2.5 by 8 cap head screws. There are 2 different types of screws in this bag. There are 3 of the unique screws and many of these cap head screws that we're going to install. There is a different bolt pattern spacing for the front and the rear, so you can't get them installed in the wrong end, and the way they install is sweeping outwards from the truck. So the front one sweeps forward and the rear one sweeps backwards. And then the rear one is the one with the larger bolt pattern here. Again, this one sweeps backwards when installed on the truck. So we're going to install the screw holes now. This completes the rolling chassis. We're going to put this to one side for the moment, and we're going to now focus on the body cage. First, we're going to install the helmets. These are installed with the special button head screws. So we're going to get this on the driver, put the cage on its side, and then just install the screw from the bottom through the driver's neck and then up through the driver helmet base, and screw this one in now. Repeat the exact same process for his mate. Get it on the screw, button head screw on the driver, up through the neck, and then install up through the driver's neck into the base of the helmet and screw it in like so. With the helmets installed, now is probably a good time to think about decorating the parts you want to decorate. So we're going to look in the main instruction manual and decal sheets that come with your truck. So we have the how to paint section. We'll cover that a little bit later in the video. We also have the decal application guide. If you want to follow the exact Mojave decal application, feel free to look through here. But again, feel free to go completely freestyle and decorate this truck however you want it to be. On the decal sheet, we've got the driver belts, the different visor colours, the fans to be placed here, the steering wheel decals, the dashboard decals. Feel free to decorate the body exactly how you want it to be. I will just continue for now and get you through the build process. Next, we're going to install the body release buttons. These have the ARRMA glyph on them. Make sure they are orientated in the correct manner. These are posted through the inner structure from the inside out, so you can see them like so. Then we're going to install the lock wire from the top side downwards, and the center point of the wire, the center vertical strut, goes in the slot on the back side of the button. So you push it downwards, it locks into place in the channel for the wire, and on the back side it is locked in place with the vertical channel there. With that in place in its slot, we're going to install the side cage that traps that in place. It installs vertically downwards into the slots. Now we need to install the 4 screws in the side channel downwards here. The front screw is in the very front corner, so you might need a bit of alignment to get that lined up. And there we go. And snug all 4 screws down by hand just to make sure they are as tight as I want them to be. Again, not screws you need to crank down. And you can test the function of this button just by pressing it and just check it functions okay. And you can see in the holes below that they move to allow the body release to happen. Now we just repeat the process for the opposite side. That completes step number 54. I would recommend doing it one side complete and then coming back and completing the second side. It just makes it a little bit more secure. Now we're on to step 55, and we'll be securing the upper cross beams cage to the vehicle now. So drop the cage down into place, install the lower front connection piece, and then from the bottom side we will screw that to the main frame. That's going to complete your body frame. Now it's time to get really creative. Bag 16 contains the partially decorated body, body decoration parts and some screws, and this is where I'm going to pass you over to my friends at Proline, who are going to help you with colours and the exact painting process that you need to get your MOJAVE GROM RTA looking exactly how you want it to be.
All right, so the first step is to open the body, and we got to go and wash it. Let's go. So first step I usually do is use dish soap. You just put a drop in there. Run it under hot water. You get the soap everywhere. You dry it off and we're ready to go. All right, so the body's dry, we're ready to paint. Thin, light coats. First coat's just kind of for adhesion. You just spray it super thin. Get a little bit of paint on there and the paint kind of dries a little bit and sets. And then your next coat's gonna stick to that coat. So you can go a little bit heavier. And then same thing, you don't want to go too heavy. Give it a sec. This coat you can go a lot heavier and pay close attention to like all the little nooks and crannies that you may have overlooked in your previous light coats. And that's it.
Once you have finished painting your body, then you are free to remove the overspray protection film on the outside of the body. Just peel the corner off, peel off that overspray film, and then your painted body is good to start decorating with the decals. On the back page of the How to Paint manual, we've got the decal placements if you want to go as per the book for the MOJAVE GROM RTA, but feel free to go freestyle. This is your truck, customize it however you want to. When you have your body fully painted, customized and decorated, then we're going to install it onto the body frame. So we're going to remove the screws and the parts from the parts bag, bunch of screws, and then the plastic parts in this bag here. The first thing we're going to do is add the foam protection to the body frame. There are two different shapes of foam protection, sticky backed foam. Just going to peel them off the backing gently like so, and the front one match the orientation on the front part of the body protection frame. Stick it on, and this is going to protect the body from scratches from the internal body frame. That is the front one installed, and then for the rear one exactly the same, but for the rear, careful when peeling it off of the backing. It does have a more fragile part in the center, so just be careful peeling it off. And then we install that as per the orientation with the slot facing downwards on the rear part of the body frame. Now we can install the body onto the chassis frame, and the important thing to note is to get the body in the channel between the outer sill and the ridges here. It is a tight fit, so I would recommend spending a little bit of time lining up and getting it in, and you can do one side at a time. So I'm going to work on one side first. It actually helps if you put a bit of downward force on the bottom of the plastic sill, just open up that channel, and it allows the body to slot down into there. Now I would recommend putting the screws in each side independently, and the screws we're going to use is the M2.5 flathead screws. So I'm going to find these flathead screws in the pile now. So using the 2mm driver, tag in those two screws for the side that we have just installed. With that side done, we can work on the opposite side of the body now, checking that the front and rear is installed okay. We can now then start to put the side sills for the other side in place. Bending that bottom lip downwards allows you to get it into the channel much easier. Front first, then rear, and it slots down nicely. Once you put some downward force on this bottom plastic sill, it opens up the gap and allows you to slot the body in much easier. Install the screws on this side as well and snug them down. The body is fully secured now. Finished step number 56. Now I'm going to go over the page onto step number 57. This is where we install the top roof skids. There is no difference between left and right, but it is the pointy end facing forwards, and we are aligning into the top screws for the roll cage. So you may need to put your fingers inside the windows just to move the roll cage around to align it up with the holes in the body, and it is going to be the M2.5 8mm cap head screws, and we're going to screw them down through the roof skids into the roof roll cage. And then on the front screw here, exact same process. I'll do the back screw first. Don't think it particularly matters. Just make sure we get them holes lined up, and then we'll screw through nicely for the final front screw. Step number 58 is now where we install the front grille. Put the 3 prongs through the front grille, and it's secured from the underside. It is using the button head screws in this step, so we're going to get this on the driver here. Screw it through from the underside of the roll cage into the front grille, and screw it from the bottom with all 3 screws. Next up, we're going to install the rear bumper bar into the rear frame. I'm going to install it with the solid piece to the lower side. Install the pegs through the holes in the frame. I'm going to secure it with 4 of the cap head screws from the rear. With all those 4 screws just snug down, we can now install the rear bumper section into the body and body frame. Similar process to what we did on the front side. It is posted from the back. There are some hooks just to hook into the body frame. It's going to hook it downwards to lock it in place, and then secure it with the 2 button head screws into the screws from the lower side of the frame. Again, just snug these screws down. Common theme for this build is just to snug the screws down. The body assembly is complete. We can now install the body onto your truck. So the truck is orientated, the large bumper is to the front, and you simply lower the body down on the truck and then click it down. It's fully secure and good to go. Your MOJAVE GROM truck is now fully assembled, good to go. In bag 17, we do include extra shock preload spaces if you want to change the static ride height of your truck, but the default setup that is in the book is what we recommend, and it works great for almost all surfaces.